save the hills, and I'm working on it. Even though I've had weakened my left side, I still have the
Thank
resolve
you.
to push forward and
Thank you,
save
sir.
the hills.
To conclude this evening, we would like to thank Mr. Scarp.
Dominic has to be his 2 minutes.
Oh, my goodness.
But that's okay.
I live in Fremont. I have no horse in this race.
They were all just
Mr.
clapping because they
Dusher.
know I'm going to speak next. That's why so I should go ahead?
Oh, shit. Yes, please. and
All
I
right, well, thank you, Madam
apologize.
Moderator. Thank you, Bob, for taking the time to be here tonight. Thank you, all of you, for participating in democracy. It's great to see a full room, and that's really what this is all about. You know, as I was writing my closing remarks, you know, my father once said something very profound to me. He said, Dominic, he says, you know, there are times when you're going to feel very, very strongly about something. In fact, he says, you will really, 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 really believe that you are right, and yet you can still be wrong. And that is the challenge, I believe, we have with the opposition. The opposition has very solid concerns that we share, that the Masons share. They do not want to build in the hills. That's why this is a flat lands measure. But the fears of the few is not what drives the residents of the city of Union City. It's the aspirations of the many. And we know that because we have spent the last 2.5 years not speaking to residents, but listening to residents. And they espouse similar concerns, but they also espouse many aspirations. They want senior services. No, they don't want senior services. They need senior services that is accessible to them. Many of them driving their parents and relatives out of the city. They want a commitment to low-density development and height restrictions, all of which are provided in the initiative. They want to have a vineyard, not a sound wall on Mission Boulevard, which is in the vision. They want to have not just state-of-the-art senior facilities, but research into Alzheimer's care, all of which will be provided on that site. Memory walks they want to have. They want a commitment to new access and parking lots so they can get to the hills. And I will say this in closing, I'm extremely proud of this nonprofit entity that is seeking to do something, not with dancing dollars in their mind, quite the contrary. Services for the city of Union City, and I encourage you all to vote yes on KK.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And again, I apologize. Okay. In conclusion tonight, we thank Mrs. Dutra and Garfinkel for their participation. And we thank you. We thank you for coming and listening to this discussion. And we remind you, please vote on November 4th.